Hello, what's up everyone? In today's video, I'm going to give you another analysis on a crypto asset that I'm expecting the market to either move up or move down. So stick to the end of this video so you know what the direction or the bias of this market is going to be. So before I continue, if you think that what we are doing, we are joking, you can see on my screen right here, that's our previous analysis on BTC USDT, and you can see that BTC USDT respected our analysis and moved in the direction that we speculated. And you can also see on my screen again, you can see another analysis that I did on GAME USDT, that's Game USDT, and you can see that the market actually respected what we speculated and moved in the direction that we expected the market to move. But those trades are yet to hit take profit target. But the thing there is that move towards the direction that we speculated, just as we speculated it. Okay, so I'm here to give you another breakdown of another trade, which is Hyper USDT, HYPER USDT. So I'm going to speculate on this market and give you my own view of what I think in the directional movement of this price in the upcoming months or days or hours. Do you understand? Okay, so stick to the end of this video so that you can get this information for free. Okay, so first of all, you can see that this hyper of a coin, they attain a height, attain a height, and this was the high, and then it moved downwards and moved upwards, and currently it's moving downwards. So let's see what trade decision we can get from this information. So let's see what trade decision we can get from this information based on what the market is doing. So the first thing we are going to do right here is to identify the high and the low to create a range that we are going to trade, right? So this is the low of this price, and this area is what the high of the price. So the high and the low gives us a trading range that we want to take our trade. That's the first thing you have to do. The trading range must be established. Okay, so we are going to mark those zones. This point we are going to label it as our high. We are going to label this point as our high. So this is our high. Okay, and this is our low. We just want to trade this range. Okay, so this is our low. This is our low right here. Okay, so this is our low. So once we've established our high and low, we need to dive in deeper into the smaller time frame to look at the market structure and know where the direction is and where we are to take our trade. Okay, so I'm going to go to the 1 hour time frame right now, and I'm going to look at the structural movement of this coin. So I'm not going to go downwards, like go very to the very beginning. Do you understand? I'm just going to pick the most current parts so that this video won't be long. Okay, so this is market movement. Okay, you can see that the market made series of breakouts here, telling us that the market is actually moving towards the upward direction. So this is a bullish market structure right here. So once we spotted our bullish market structure, the next thing we are going to do is use our Fibonacci tool to mark out for what our possible pullback range. Okay, so let's mark out for our possible pullback range. Okay, so the first pullback range was respected, which is the 0.50 and the 0.618. You can see that the 0.50 and the 0.618 pullback range was respected. The market came in, tapped into it, and then did what? Moved towards the upward direction. So right now, the market is currently trading at our next trading range zone, which is the 0.618 and what 0.0.75, 0.618 and the 0.75 trading range. So that's where the market is right now. So since the market is here, that we mark that zone, we mark the 0.618 and 0.75 zone as a possible point we are going to take our trade. But we can't draw a conclusion. We can't draw a conclusion yet based on just this Fibonacci. So we'll go to the smaller time frame to look out for a good support or resistance level. We're going to look out for a good support zone or a resistance level that have turned support zone. Okay, in the smaller time frame. So we are moving to the 15-minute time frame right now. Okay, so on the 15-minute time frame, we can see that we have a nice support level around this pricing, slightly below. Okay, so we have a nice support level. Please, we have a nice support level at this point. And see, we have a nice support level at this point. Okay, So we have a nice support level right here. We have a nice support level right there, and also we have another support level around this pricing here. We have a nice support level around this point here. So why are we picking this point? You can see that right here the market did a touch, a touch, a touch, a touch before the market moved upward, right? You can also see that here the market did a touch, did a touch, did a touch, did a touch, did a touch right there, did a touch right there before the market moved upward. Okay, so those touches tells us that those points are actually strong potential level that the market might likely want to do what? Test again before moving upward. Okay, so right now we now have 3 points that we have to look at. The first point is this, the second point is this, and the third point is this. So how then can we validate if this point is actually right, or if this point is actually right, or this point is actually right, or this point is actually right? That's when we look at what the market is doing currently. Okay, we look at what the market is doing currently to establish what bias we are going to take. Okay, so let's zoom in and let's look at what the market is doing currently. Okay, so prior to now, you can see that the market actually gave us this chart pattern, right? The market gave us this chart pattern, and then the market respected that chart pattern right there. The market respected the chart pattern by doing what? Coming downwards after that chart pattern formation. So right now you can see that the market is actually giving us another chart pattern right here, which is like a bearish pennant. Okay, so whenever this pattern forms, it actually tells you that the market will likely do what? Move downwards. Do you understand? If it's 100% chance rate, is going to be 60% is to the downward direction and 40% is probability to do what? Move upward. 60% here, 60% here, right here, and here is what? 40%. Do you understand? So whenever I see this type of pattern, it tells you that okay, possibly the market might come downward or it will go upward. Okay, so based on this, it actually invalidates this point. Remember that we want to take entry that are what? That are accurate, that we know that the probability of it happening is very high. So based on this information, based on this chart pattern that the market is currently forming, it invalidates this point for us. Do you understand? This point now becomes a risky trade entry. Okay, it becomes a risky trade entry. So what we are going to do is we are not going to take a trade right here, but rather we'll be waiting for the market to come towards this zone or this zone for us to do what? Take our trade entry. For us to take our trade entry. So I'm going to zoom in now to the. I'm going to move this time our time frame to the 1 hour time frame, so it becomes neat, and then we know what to do, right? Okay, so on our 1 hour time frame, it now looks like this. Okay, so what we are expecting of this market is for the market to bounce off either at this point towards the upward direction, the market to bounce off at this point, or still the market to come downwards and bounce off at this lower price area. The market to bounce off at this lower price area. Okay, want the market to either bounce off at the other point or this lower point. Okay, and our stop loss is going to be slightly below this range, right? Below this range. This is where our stop loss is going to be. And our take profit normally is risk to reward 1:2, 1:2. Okay, so based on this, our entry and stop loss, will be mapping it out and keeping it very simple. Remember, you need to keep it simple. Okay, for the first trade, our entry is going to be here, right here, and our stop loss is going to be here. Okay, and our take profit, remember, is 1:what? 2, 1:2. So our take profit is around this point. Okay, so we'll be expecting the market to rise towards this price area, which is like 0.61001. Okay, while for the second trade, we want to enter the market right at this point. We want to enter the market right at this point, right? We want to enter the market at this point, and our stop loss is going to be at the same, still the same point, and our take profit is still 1:2, 1:2. So if you're an aggressive trader, you can take your trade when the market hits the first point, right? You can take a trade when the market hits the first point, or you can wait for the market to hit the second level so that you take your trade. Okay, so based on this, I just want this market to come to either this point or this point for me to do what, take any entry, to take my entry based on what the market is doing. So if you are new to this channel and you love what we are doing, do well to hit the subscribe button, like our video, and also share this video so that YouTube can recommend this video to others, and also you can recommend these videos to others so that they can get the information that we are giving here on this channel.